right, we are doing another hockey flex session, and we're going to start standing. And although my focus tonight is on the ankles, the foot, and getting lower in the stride, we're actually going to start with a bit of vision training. So if you have not dabbled with working the eyeballs and you are an athlete, it is time to get on board. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our two fingers on our right and our left hand and then extend them out straight away from the shoulder joint and just make these little bunnies that move. All right. So we're going to test our peripheral vision and train our peripheral vision. And in order to keep that kind of active, we have to have movement. So with the arms straight ahead, we've got our little bunnies here, we'll call them little bunnies. And we're gonna start to look straight ahead and we're gonna start to move the fingertips. The gaze will stay forward as we begin to move the little bunny rabbits away through that 180 plus degrees. And when you can no longer see the fingers moving, we'll reset and go ahead and try that again. So 3 rounds, move through your entire field of vision, reset, and then come back to the beginning. So as an athlete, you should have way more than the 180 degrees. Some are a little bit behind. So just think about that when you just tested your own vision. Can you at least get to the 180 degrees? Great. And if you get beyond that, fantastic, you're doing a good thing. So after we do our vision, we're gonna move right down into the feet. And you can take your socks and shoes off, definitely shoes, socks can be on or off. And I'm gonna invite you to lift all 10 of your toes up. And then slowly place the toes back down. So normally our feet are squished in a skate, especially if you like them tight fitting. We're gonna make sure that we create movement in the foot and in the toes. So lifting all 10 toes once again. And then all 10 toes come back down. Last time. Lifting all 10 toes, make lots of space. And then set the toes back down. From here, we're going to come up onto the ball of the left foot, stretching the toes. So be mindful about your ankle joint and making sure that it's not wiggling and wobbling outwards and inwards. You want to keep the ankle stacked right in line with the ball of the foot. And then we're going to roll right on top. Good. Come on back to the ball of the foot, stretching the toes. And then we're going to roll up and over. The toes are going to curl under. Good. Last one. Ball of the foot, stretching the toes into extension. And then we're going to take this left leg and slide it back. Left leg's going to slide back, slight bend through that back left knee. And go ahead and straighten that leg out. Slight bend. And straighten back out. Squeeze the glute. Drop the knee down. Squeeze the glute. Last one. Tap the knee. And then reach into extension, squeeze the glute. Okay, send the heel down. So I've got my foot out at a 45-degree angle. And from here, we're going to bend through this front knee and then straighten. Bending through the front knee and then straighten. Last one, bending through the front knee. We're going to pivot off that back foot, reach the heel down, and then press up. Leg stays straight. Melt through the heel and press straight up. Melt through the heel, and then we're going to put a little micro bend in this back knee. Chest is up. We're going to pull all the front side of our body, all of our guts. We're going to pull inwards towards the spine. And we're going to stretch through the back of the calf and even into the hip flexor. Let's stay here and hold. Take 2 more deep breaths here. All right, we're going to reset that to the other side. So this time, right foot rolling up onto the ball of the foot. Ankle is stacking right over the top of the ball of the foot. And roll up and over. Set the ball of the foot down. Roll up and over. And last one. Roll the foot downwards. And then ball of the foot, go up and over. Find our starting position, slide the foot back, maintain some bending in that back knee. From here, extend the knee, squeeze the glute. Bend, extending the leg out, squeeze the glutes. Last one, extend, squeeze the glute. Okay, from here, we're gonna send the heel downward so that toe, you can see it better this way, the toe is gonna spill out just a little bit. Once we do that, we're gonna bend through the front knee and then come up. Bend through the front knee, back of the foot stays nice and flat. Push into the pinky side of your back foot. Forward, bend into the knee, forward, and then bend, press into that back foot. Pivot off the back toes. And then from here, a little micro bend, reach your heel back. That's stretching through the back of the leg, heels reaching down towards the ground. It's probably not gonna touch. And we're gonna press up. Melt the heel down, pressing up onto the ball of the foot. Come back, last one, press up. And then we're gonna step forward and reset, shake out the legs. From here, all this newfound motion in the toe and in the midfoot, we're just gonna roll to the outside edges. Then moving to the inside edges. Roll to the outside, and then moving to the inside. From here, come into a nice solid flat foot, and we're gonna come all the way down. Hops, cracks, and snaps are all welcome. And then from here, in this little tiptoe squat, you're gonna set your knees down. So knees are down, toes are curled under. Take a deep breath here. Excellent. Interlace the fingertips. Reach away, round through your upper back. Maybe you drop your chin down towards your chest. All right, come off the toes. We're gonna pat them out. Awesome. Come into a seat. And from here, we're gonna take our right leg and we'll cross it over the top. From here, right hand right underneath the crook of the knee, pick the leg up, pointing through the toes, pull the toes up. Point toes down, pulling the toes back up. Taking a circle, so we're gonna point the toes. Now pull the toe in towards the midline, cross the midline of the body, up towards the shin bones, work the opposite direction. So they're gonna feel like we're just doing ankle circles. But let me tell you, if you're doing it right, these are super intentional, squeaking out every little piece of range of motion in our ankle joint. So after you've done 2 or 3, we'll switch, go in the opposite direction, and then set it down. We'll come up and over, kneeling lunge. Knee is gonna track right over the center toe. So our second toe, a little bit longer sometimes. In some feet, we're gonna lunge it forward and hold here. Come out of your lunge. Now we're gonna take the knee to track over the big toe. So over the big toe here, keeping the heel connected onto the ground. So if the heel's starting to pick up, hopefully you can see. If it's starting to pick up, that's your range of motion, that's your end range. Now we're gonna work towards the pinky edge. Back through center. So repeat that one more time. Through the center, towards the toe, big toe, and then pinky edge. Awesome. Come on to a seat. We have the other side. So with the left leg, we're going to take our arm, feed it right under the crease of the knee. We're going to pick the leg up, and we'll take our ankle cars. And cars controls articular rotation. So we're pointing, flexing, point, flex. Let's go ahead and make some circles. So pointing through, moving through the midline, and you're nice and strong through the upper body. So we're not kind of getting comfy in the upper body. We're maintaining a little bit of tension to sit upright. Moving through every millimeter of this range of motion, and then we'll reverse opposite direction. So 2 or 3 each direction. And then we'll come forward, just as we did on the other side. I'm just gonna do it a little bit more straightforward so you can see where I'm going. So knees go right over the center of the foot. So coming through and forward. My heel is staying connected. Coming out of that lunge towards the big toe. Come on out towards the pinky edge. One more round through. Center. Towards the big toe. And then pinky edge. Awesome, good job. And then from here, we'll set the feet down, big toes together. We're gonna reach forward and end in a child's pose. So if you have not done any yoga or relatively new to yoga, child's pose is pretty accessible. So we're gonna reach forward, hips to the heels, roll forward, and press back hips to heels. As you breathe in, we'll come all the way up. Exhale, hips to heels. And then last one, roll it forward. And then hips to heels. Tent up onto the fingertips, take a deep breath. And breathe out. Feeding the right hand right underneath, getting a nice little twist. Back of the palm is gonna press down into the floor. And then let's switch sides. So tenting up onto the other fingertips, thread through. Good, unwind. We'll come into a good tabletop, drop the belly, pull the chin towards the chest, rounding through the back. Drop the belly button all the way down, spinal segmentation. And then breathing out, chin to the chest, rounding through the back, give the head a little shake. And then we'll sit again, hips to heels, roll out through the wrists. Stretching through the upper traps, taking one ear to the shoulder. Let's go ahead and switch sides, dropping one ear down to the shoulder, weighing down the head, using your hand, just not pulling. Awesome, release that side, then come up through the center. Awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me for session number 3. We've got one more session to go. That's gonna be next week, and that will be the final one in this series. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. Thank you.